What's up? Yes, hello. It is the one and only African superstar back at it again. How is everyone doing tonight? I hope you guys are doing well. Big shout out to the African superstar family. Everybody showing love and support to this platform over the years. You are much appreciated. Obviously, definitely during live streams because we can't do the discourse without the family. Yes. I want to obviously make you guys aware. I offer consultation. I offer customized tours, and we also have our group tour, our collaborative tour, October 19th through the 26th with Mr. Taye Uhuru. Yes, we definitely want to see you in Ghana this very year, and we are providing services to help you achieve that. Shout out to the African superstar music lovers. Yes, yes, yes. I have a lot of dynamic music out there, a lot of it here on the channel. So please make sure that you check out my music. My most recent tune, Boom Boom, is booming all over Ghana through the radios, at the nightclubs, and I'm so happy to see the reception of that tune. So if you have not heard my most recent track, Boom Boom, but there's plenty of tracks. You can actually get my whole musical catalog exclusively on bandcamp.com. That is a artist tool so that we can actually have more control over our music than these streaming sites. So if you want to support me directly via the music, head over to bandcamp.com and my entire catalog is available. Okay, big shout out to the family. Tony Africa is on code Sweetberry32. I see you guys. Yes, if you don't know the code by now, if you don't know, if you don't know me by now, you will never, ever, ever know me. Ooh, hey, hey, hit the likes. Yes. If you are here on live streams, we have a code on the channel. The code is come in, greet. You can let us know where you're watching us from, like the stream, be a part of the conversation. Okay, so I'm gonna wait because it says we have 5 and we have 1 like. So the math is not mathing. Yes, I might be a little stubborn, but I think it's reasonable to ask from the family because it's free. It's not going to stress you at all to hit the likes, and you have made yourself available for a live stream indicating you want to be here. Big shout out to the African superstar family. Hello. We waiting on y'all. Get the lights up. Hello. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay, okay. I see y'all. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you can't participate in the interactive live stream, just watch the playback. Why come? Because it shows me the numbers. I mean, our people are so disagreeable sometimes. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm waiting for one more like and then we'll go ahead and get started. Hello, family. Yes, are you here? Are you excited for the proximity series? Are you guys liking the proximity series? I'm trying to break down to you guys all the different ways that we suffer in proximity. Okay. Today, I want to talk about the psychological unraveling of the Black community in the Western world. I'm going to talk about some statistics pertaining to America and also England. Now, obviously, these may not always be all up to date, but we're going to use them for context. Hi, Raina. Good to see you, sweetie. It's been a while. Shout outs to the family. Yes, I'm on this proximity series. This is the 5th video of the proximity series. There is a playlist. So if you want to catch up with what we've been discussing the past weeks, you can catch that playlist. It's on the community tab. Okay. One thing I definitely have noticed during my lifetime. So, any of you guys that are new viewers to my channel, I am in my 40s now. Born in the 80s, born and raised in Columbus, Ohio, in the US, spent some few years in the UK, and now I'm here in Ghana for 5 years. I've seen, unfortunately, the deterioration of the mental well-being of my counterparts in the Western world. And I think that a lot of the external pressures weigh into this, because especially those that are critical thinkers, intellectual people, they're able to see what's going on around them. And they know that they cannot impact the system or the impacts on their personal life, they know that they can't change that dynamic. And there's something about that that is very mentally disturbing. For vivacious and vibrant, ambitious people to come to the consensus very early in their life that this is what it's going to be. This is whatever. And then you hear your peers also telling you, hey, you got it good, you got it made, you should be happy. Other people are dealing with mental health crisis because of their upbringing, their environment, a lot of unnecessary stress and things like that in their life. And it's really, really taking a toll. And so, as we can, if you could remove yourself and take an aerial view at our people in the Western world, it's very obvious that this psychological um, pain is really, really impacting our people. And in my opinion, I think the psychological issues are among the worst of the proximity. Because your mind is spinning, your mind is trying to process, things don't make sense, and then you have no recourse. And then that is also going to be reinforced by your peers who are just going to tell you to grin and bear it. So the whole cycle of it is very, very maddening. Okay. Today, the most recent statistic in the US says Black individuals, including youth and adults, experience persistent symptoms of depression more than white individuals. If that's not proximity. I mean, I read that and all I heard was proximity, proximity, proximity. Why would a minority population be experiencing such a high rate, high rate of depression? What's making you depressed? Hello, family. We got 10 of you in the chat room. What are some things that have made you depressed? Hit the likes, please. What are some of the things that have made you guys depressed? Hello? I'll start with me. My job. Okay, when I was in the Western world, my job was a huge source of depression. Dealing with the dynamics from day to day, being overlooked for promotions, unfair pay, having to do extra work or out of work activities, watching people escalate that didn't deserve to be escalated, didn't have perhaps the required educational background or even professionalism. I mean, I think probably a lot of us have encountered management that don't know what the hell they're doing, don't know how to communicate, don't know how to coordinate with different departments. And you're thinking, what the hell? Why are you in a management position when you can't even do the functions of the job? My job my job was a huge source of depression for me because obviously you need it. You have to earn money. And because entrepreneurship and obtaining skills is not mainstream, it's not promoted mainstream, most of us become that consummate employee. And so you're almost forced. You're forced to be in the workplace and you're spending substantial amounts of time there. Okay. You might be spending at least 50 hours a week. If you're just doing full time, 50 hours includes your 40 hours in the office plus your commute time. Okay. Then not to mention the preparation time at home. You're preparing your meals, you're ironing your clothes, you're working on proposals, you're answering emails. Work is unbelievable. What's up, Tuco Pamajoa? I see you in the chat room. Hey, guys. Please be on code. I see you guys are on code with the lights. Yes, thank you. Tonight, we're talking about the psychological unraveling of our people in the Western world, and this ties into my proximity series. The first figure that I brought up was Black. It says in 2024, hello, you can Google and back, if you want to research, if you say, Gina, she's always on her case, whatever. Google it yourself. Get the answers for yourself. Don't trust me. But it says Black individuals, including youth and adults, experience persistent symptoms of depression more often than white individuals. but are less likely to seek mental health. Additionally, suicide was the third, huh? Suicide was the third leading cause of death for Black or African Americans ages 10 to 24 in 2022. I don't know when our people are going to get it. I don't know when our people are going to get that being in such an environment has so many impacts on us. And the impacts are negative impacts. The impacts are life shortening impacts. They are detrimental impacts. They are affecting your psychological well being. And obviously, if you're not fit, okay, that trickles into the world around you. It trickles into your kids. It trickles into your career. It trickles into your relationships. Hello, and perhaps the longevity of your life if it doesn't get checked. The Black mental health crisis refers to the disproportionate challenges, huh? I'm gonna have to repeat this a couple times, God, because this is what your girl been trying to tell y'all, and everybody thinks I'm blowing it out of proportion. The Black mental health crisis, hello, refers to the disproportionate challenges and struggles faced by Black individuals regarding mental health, often stemming from systemic issues like racism, discrimination, and historical trauma. Damn, I don't have a mic. I don't have a mic, but if I had a mic, that was a mic drop moment. Oh my goodness. Woo! Then it breaks down a more detailed explanation. Guys, if this message is good for you, get the likes up, please. Get into the comments. Hello. I'm talking about the psychological unraveling of our people in those environments. And I'm backing it up with facts and figures. Okay? I never just come here and talk out the side. No. I'm talking facts and figures, family. Disproportionate impact. Huh? Research indicates that Black individuals are disproportionately affected by mental health conditions, including depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder. Where the hell does that come from, guys? Huh? Are you guys in the chat room? Are y'all listening to me? Hello? I'm repeating everything. I'm repeating everything for effect because y'all don't get it. You're trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. You are in a toxic environment no matter how you slice it. No matter how you slice it. And it's impacting you. And impacting your kids. And impacting your spouse. And impacting your elderly parents. Disproportionate impact. Hello, what's up, Buffalo Soldiers? We're back on that proximity. I'm talking about the psychological unraveling. We're talking about mental health. What are the causes of the mental health that is impacting our community? Research indicates that Black individuals are disproportionately affected by mental health conditions, including depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder. Also, systemic issues, racism, discrimination, and historical trauma contribute significantly to the mental health crisis within the Black community. Huh? Hello? Another one. Because, guys, you see, this racism, this discrimination, historical trauma, it's in every facet. Okay? Another factor is barriers to care. Black individuals often face barriers to accessing quality mental health care, including lack of culturally competent therapists, financial constraints, and mistrust of the healthcare system. My God. Woo! They also face stigma and lack of awareness. Mental health stigma within the Black community can prevent individuals from seeking help, further exacerbating the crisis. Wow. That was a whole lot. Now let's talk about let's go across the pond. I don't want to leave my UK viewers out. Hello? Because those of us that have worked in mental health in the UK, we are seeing an increase in mental health issues in our community. It used to be, it used to be primarily the non-Black people experiencing these type of things. It says in the UK, Black, Asian, and minority communities face significant mental health disparities, including higher rates of mental health problems and overrepresentation in crisis pathways and detention, which are often linked to racism and systemic barriers. Lord have mercy. People from Black and minority ethnic groups living in the UK are more likely to be diagnosed with a psychotic disorder. Hello. So this is getting into the misdiagnosis of our people, because obviously, when the healthcare is being provided by non-Black healthcare providers, obviously there's going to be disparities in recognizing and concluding what may be the issue and or factors leading to what is causing the issue. One size fits all is a myth. Okay, different groups have different needs, and those of us from racialized communities need support that lasts, support that treats us as true individuals. I want to go into this here. I'm going back into this here. What's up, guys? If you're in the building today, we're talking about the mental health, the psychological unraveling. The longer our people are in these environments, the worse off they are. The more estranged they become. The more evident the mental illness, the brainwashing, the cognitive dissonance, the lack of identity. Hello, the confusion. We also have this factor, which is very real. Young Black people are also at a risk of being treated as an adult when they are not. Ooh, that one, we see that all the time with, the police brutality. Handling, Black teenagers as if they are adults. Sometimes getting extreme with punishments and interactions. And if we just want to talk about socially, we talk about socially, those are facts and figures. We talk about socially, we have seen, our people becoming chipping away at their self-esteem, at their confidence, at their resilience. Hello? Because a lot of times our people glorify the fact that we're strong and that we have been resilient and that we have endured. But the truth is that under constant pressure, what's going to happen? First trivia question. What happens under constant pressure? Hello? Let's just say you go stand on top of your car, okay? And you keep on adding more and more weight. You got some barbells and you keep on adding more and more barbells on top of that car. What's going to eventually happen to that car? Hello, guys. I need some help in the chat room. Big shout out to the African superstar. Yes. I'm going to get into these comments. First trivia question is, what happens when, the weight continues to pile on? What does that lead to? I got 15 of y'all. Somebody should have an idea. Do you guys know what happens when immense pressure is continually piled on? You should know. The psychological unraveling of our people. When I see, for instance, our people with this whole movement of not being African, some of them are denying the existence of the transatlantic slave trade altogether now. They are not black, they are not African. Thank you, Tuco. A breakdown. Exactly. Buffalo Soldiers, physical failure. Absolutely. Absolutely. And when I see, these things presenting in our people, I know that the pressure has been overwhelming and our people are now breaking down. You know, because I adopted many years ago. Listen, when I saw how, for instance, the little white girls in the office, they break down. I mean, they break down quick, fast. Hello? They break down quick, fast. The printer breaks down. They had a bad hair day. Their dog is sick and they got to take it to the vet. They're crying. They're calling off sick from work. They just can't take it. I mean, those kind of situations overwhelming for them. I've adopted the same mentality. Me too. I can't do. Okay, I can't do extra hours. I can't do this. I can't do that. All right? My threshold is low. I tell people I can't. It's one of the reasons I had to get out of Dodge, because the pressure in the Western world, I was like, okay, I'm going to eventually have a breakdown. Hello. I'm going to either break down or flip out. Those are kind of your two options. Or die. For those of you guys that internalize it and you just take in all the stress, you guys, you develop health problems a lot of times. Strokes, heart attacks, a mental breakdown, hernia in your body, herniated disc and all this kind of stuff from what? Too much pressure, too much stress. Huh? Again, when I talk about proximity issues, I hope that it dawns on some of you guys that, wow, I've been under these pretenses and I've been normalizing it. No, it's not normal. And that's one of the reasons members of the diaspora, when they come to the continent, they feel what? The burden has been lifted. They all say it. I feel so free. My stress is reduced. I'm losing weight. I'm sleeping better. I'm happier. My mood has been lifted. Why? Because you're under immense stress in those environments. Okay? You're under immense stress in those environments. And if you're born and raised in that environment and you don't know anything about alternative options, you normalize